Exercise 13, wooden tri-square assembly. Now our first step here is we have to go File, Open, and what we're going to do is we're going to open all the parts from the wooden tri-square. Now I have these on a CD here, you might have them on a memory stick or saved to your desktop, so look to wherever you have them. I just drop down menu, so I'm going to go to the CD drive, open it up, and it'll be in exercise 13. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for the parts. So the brass protecting strip, open that, and it's a read-only file. I'll open more, so I'll open up rivets. I'll open up more then. And finally, you should have 4 parts open: the brass protecting plate, the brass rivet, the steel blade, and the wooden stock. And that's it, opened. Now, our next step is to go File, New, and this time we're going to pick Assembly. Now it's the same as pressing that up there, that little icon, make assembly from part. So we'll just hit New Assembly and we'll tick OK. Now inside here, the 4 components that we have opened are already here open. Now if you were drawing them, you had it up and saved and they would still be opened. So we have them all opened there. So the first component that we're going to put in is the wooden stock. So we'll click on the wooden stock and just tick OK, and it drops it into place. Now again, it is fixed, and it's the only component that will be fixed. Our next step is to put in. We just have to look at this for 1 second here. We have to view our origin. So what we want to do is we want to go View, Origins, and our origin is back there at the back end of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to join the brass protecting strip to this end here. So we'll go Insert Component, Brass Protecting Plate, and we'll just drop it out over here to one side. And now we're ready to start mating. So we'll open up the Mate command, and once that's opened, we'll select the surfaces that we want in line with each other, which is that surface and this surface. Then we'll want that surface in there, in line with out here. So you can see the way they're joining up. And we could want the top surface here in line with that. So that locks that down in 3 different ways, so it cannot move. So that's your first component put in and mated. To put in the second component, go back up to Insert Component, and this time we're going to go to the steel blade. So we'll pick the steel blade, just zoom out a bit, and we can drop it down. Now we have a couple of different ways we can put this in. Is we can select the side of the blade there and rotate our wooden stock around, and we can mate that to the side of the brass protecting strip that's in there, meaning that it will be in line. Now once that's done, what we can do then is we can line up underneath the exact same method. So zoom in, pick the bottom surface, zoom out, and we can get the surface in there, and we can mate the 2 of them together. So that has pulled the 2 of them together. Our tri-square now can slide over and back, but we have to stop it from moving over and back. So what we'll do is we'll mate the back surface here in line with the thickness of the steel strip. So now it cannot move, and there it's put together, just awaiting the rabbet. So you'll tick OK to that. Now our last little step is to start putting in our rivet. So it's Insert Component. Now this time we're going to use the Keep Visible icon to put 3 of them in together. So push it down, do it with push pen, and just to push it down, keep it pushed down. Then we'll select Brass Rivet, and we'll come out. Click once, it drops 1 brass rivet. Now by keeping it visible, it keeps it out here. Click again till you have 3 of them in. And once you have 3 of them in, you can either right click or tick OK. So we'll just tick OK. Now your next step is very similar to the marking knife with its rivets. Mate, pick the shank of the rivet and pick the hole where it's to fit into, say the side of it, so we can tick OK, and it lines it up concentric. And then top surface, mate it to the timber and it puts it flush. Now you needn't worry, they're the exact size so they'll fit in. So same thing, and pick the shank. Then what we'll do is we'll pick the inside of the hole. Now you can see the shape of the inside of the hole, the surface of it, and it's automatically assuming a concentric relationship, which we want, and then the outside surface and the two of them surfaces are going to be coincident. And the same for the last one, outside shank, inside surface, tick OK, and the very outside flush with a coincident relation or mate. Now what happens is if you have put in a wrong mate, you can look back over here under mates and you have all the various mates that you've put in, and when you're on one it will highlight and tell you exactly what that mate is, and if you right click you can edit the mate or you can delete it accordingly. So that lets you change the mates around. So we'll just look at that in isometric, and our last step then is go File, Save As, and this time save it to wherever you want. I'm saving on the desktop and we'll call it Tri-Square. And again it's saved as an assembly and we can hit save. Now we have it done and dusted.